But first, coffee. Picking up coffee on our way to Death Valley, first national park of 2026. Have lunch before we head over what's going to North America. We're now below sea level. We wanted to check out a coffee shop, Coffee and Cream, like a little local, just like Death Valley coffee shop. So that they're open today. About a 400 ride, pretty smooth. Down hills, not too bad. It's a comfy 60 degrees, sunny. Unlike if we come here during the peak of summer. Badwater basin. Standing in the middle of a prehistoric lake. And it actually has water. We waded down there earlier, and we put our shoes back on because we didn't realize how much it hurts walking on the crystalline salt. the salt. Look at just the formations. All right, this might be the highest we're gonna come. So people have gone other spots, but it's just a little scary. But I think we're satisfied. Hello. So we just got out of Artist's Palette. Did a little brief hike around the area. Not really many marked paths. Just kind of like walk around, see different views. And the color indeed was pretty like cool. Like just naturally, you have this. You just got art, literally nature's art. And now we're winding our way down back to Badwater Road, and then we're gonna head to probably one of the points, Zabriskie Point, for a little sunset. Hopefully, there's it's not too crowded. Sunset's around 4:15. It's we're gonna get 3:25 now, so we're gonna get there around 20 minutes. So we'll see. We want to go to Dante's View, but it's a little further down, and yeah, we might not get there by sunset or something. Yeah, and then we'll just head down to our spot that we're staying at tonight, further down. And honestly, it's been pretty productive, trip. A lot of just driving along the national park, and I guess that's kind of how it is. We started off around the Mesquite sand dunes, which is pretty cool. If we weren't staying down, further down, we would go there for sunset or maybe stargazing. But and then we headed to the Furnace Creek Visitor Center. Checked out the stuff, got our stuff stamped. Our first national park of 2026, guys. And then Badwater Basin. Got that. Just pretty cool to see a prehistoric lake, and got to wade in some of the salty water. Then we went to Devil's Golf Course, which is kind of further up, and it was like much less known, but honestly, I'd say definitely worth it. We asked someone to take a picture for us at Badwater, and a fellow solo traveler, and she mentioned Devil's Golf Course is worth it. And yeah, like. Just speaking of that, it's always just nice, here we're putting ourselves out there to, ask people for photos, and then as part of that, just starting conversations. So, it's not lasting, but it's just kind of like getting a social workout, because it's been a while since we had socializations in a while. Again, mostly because holidays, so my friends are still out of town, or we haven't caught up yet. But yeah, so yeah, gorgeous out here though. Dante's View, 5,000 feet. Looking at that water piece. Oh, it's definitely cold out there. Yeah, it's cold. It's cold up here, but we're gonna just wrap this up. Such a beautiful view.
You okay? Yeah, of course, well.
So we just finally got into our little bungalow Airbnb. Picked up food because they closed. They were closing pretty soon. We got a breezy sandwich, potato soup that is vegetarian, with bread. And surprisingly, had a lot of good vegetarian options. And it was actually the spot, a spot that we wanted to hit up tomorrow for coffee, which we will be heading again because it was just super friendly, and we own a few spots out here too. But we're gonna eat, we're gonna go enjoy a hot spring, stargaze, and good day. Good morning from Death Valley Hot Springs. We didn't get to see this during at night. It was all pitch black, but all right, we just dropped off our key, and we're going to head out. We're gonna go check out Kit and Fox again. We're gonna pick up coffee, and the owner said she'll have cinnamon buns, so get some nice treats and head out. Good morning. Very nice to see this. I just had a really nice breakfast, cinnamon roll, coffee, good conversation with probably the owner, I think. It's nice, It's a pretty small town, simple life. And we're gonna go on a little quick outing before we drive back. Guessing these are the dates.
A new place, a new home for a while. Let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back. Take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by. Life is good, best I've ever felt. me up somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. Oh, I feel so alive as I reach out to the sky. I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day, 'cause I found my way.
On another episode of Ergonomic Thoughts in the middle of the desert, you see a kind of like broken down car. Honestly, it's just, I feel like just spending a solo trip like these, especially in like the nature, really gets you thinking. It really makes you sit in your thoughts. Been thinking about more of that solo travel, and how we really should let's really normalize the singles tax. But on the flip side, it's a blessing. It's had me, get me to, reach out and talk to people, in order to get a picture, but also just starting conversations. And I feel like, that's kind of like the vibe we're going with in the new year, or just in general. I feel like we want to get back to meeting people organically. Is this what the whole going analog is? Or just in general, I feel like with AI, right? The rise of all this AI slop, and apparently some big tech, they don't want us calling us slop, but it really is. Especially when you have this thing. I think we do have to go back to the basics, back to the fundamentals, meeting people organically. What is our common denominator? And it is definitely not AI or technology. It is definitely just finding where they are and putting yourself out there. A little mini checkpoint. And just think about this land. This used to be it, This is where our ancestors were the first peoples lived off of, And they were able to establish society, build things. And even if it doesn't look, quote unquote, advanced as today's advanced, it's pretty cool feat. Just living off the land. Honestly, they're the real pioneers. This cute oasis. But yeah.
Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. Cause I found my way, my way, my way, my way, my way.
Okay, I think video doesn't really do this justice, but that is a pretty steep decline. And it looks like that is a trail, but I think we're gonna stop it here, turn back, cause I think we want to drive back. We want to stop at the China Date Ranch. I've been told I need to get to try their dates and their date shake. So, but this is pretty, I'm glad I came here and came down. This is definitely off the beaten path, so not as crowded. This is also early in the morning, but still, pretty sure Death Valley would already been more crowded than this, but yeah.
I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way. I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way.
Trying the date shake.
Here, my boss is like,
A little
oh, and there's this
China
like
ranch date.
bed and breakfast there on. And you know,
Just I need it post hike.
My way, my way. Cause I found my way, my way, my way. My way, my way. I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my way.
Just us on the beaten path.